Petroleum National Berhad company known as Petronas is a global merchant energy group represented in over 100 countries. Established in 1974, it is a legal entity incorporated under the Malaysian Companies Act and report to the company's board of directors. The corporation is vested with all oil and gas resources in Malaysia. In addition, Petronas also a fully integrated oil and gas company engaged in a broad spectrum of upstream industry activities from exploration, development, and production of oil and gas. The company is headquartered at the Petronas Twin Tower located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The vision of Petronas is a leading gas infrastructure and utilities company, and the formation there are several statements such as Petronas are a business entity, gas infrastructure and utilities is their core business. They operate safely, reliably, and competitively. And lastly, they optimize the gas value chain to maximize return for their stakeholders. As you can see, this is Petronas organization design and structure. The board of directors leads the organization structure. Then, under the leadership team, there are a few departments, and one of them is human resource management. This department will handle the performance management system in Petronas, which use a 360-degree feedback system. That's for the strategic role. There are four, which is the first one is continue value creation. Petronas aim to drive long-term business value creation through responsible investment. Second, safeguard the environment where Petronas strives to collaboratively reduce environmental impact by transitioning to lower carbon energy solutions and deploying innovative operation and technologies. The third one is positive social impact, which aim to create positive alliance with the communities where the company operates by protecting and adding value to the well-being of employees, partners, and communities. Last, responsible for governance, which aim to safeguard the organization commitment by upholding strong governance mechanism and ethical business practice.
Next, I will proceed to the Human Resource Policy. What is HR policy? It is the rules and procedure that govern company and team members' employment relationships. HR policies define company and workers' rights, obligations, and anticipated behaviors when working together. Most HR regulations apply to all employees in an organization, whether they are permanent, temporary, part-time, or full-time. There are several categories and types of HR policies and procedure that a company might establish over time. One of them is Performance Management Policy of Petronas Company. The policy that Petronas uses is Code of Conduct and Business Ethics, which is COBE. It is a collection of organizational rules and regulations that control the organizations and its members' behavior in terms of values, belief, and ethics, as well as legal compliance. COBE is built on our current rules and process, encapsulating them all in one document. The COBE policy establishes uniform ethical norms and gives guidelines to encourage consistency in behavior at all levels of employment. Other than that, anti-bribery and corruption policy. This policy applies to all persons who work at any level in the company, as well as the third parties that collaborate with the company in all countries and locations where the company operates. Bribery occurs when an individual or corporation offers, pays or gets money, gift, or other perks from third parties in order to influence business results or the personal interests of the other party. Petronas also has implemented a no-gift policy under which Petronas employees and directors, which are executive and non-executive, family members, or agents acting for or on behalf of Petronas employees, directors, or their family members are prohibited from receiving or providing gifts, either directly or indirectly. And lastly, whistleblowing policy. It is committed to conducting its activities and operations with the greatest honesty, openness, and responsibility. It seeks to carry out its operations in an ethical, responsible, and transparent way. This policy is intended to offer an option for all Petronas workers and members of the public to report any improper behavior in compliance with the process outlined in this policy, as well as to safeguard workers and members of the public who report such allegations. Any employee or member of the public who desire to report inappropriate behavior may do so anonymously. When employees submit a complaint, they can expect it to be taken seriously, equitably, and swiftly. Next, let's go through to the Petronas Performance Appraisal System. Petronas company was used a 360-degree appraisal. It is a type of performance evaluation. Using this strategy, several parties, ranging from employers to team members, anonymously examine an employee's performance and afterwards give one-on-one feedback. It opposed to traditional appraisal methodologies. Is a management tool in which the manager and an employee review the latter's performance. Here are some interesting facts concerning this evaluation method, which are 360-degree feedback is a tool for development, not for ranking. It focuses on giving feedback rather than judging an employee's performance. Other than that, it is a comprehensive review method that assists people in determining employee strength and weakness. It enables people to pursue the highest paying position in the firm. When implemented properly, a 360-degree feedback system can be beneficial to a company or have a negative consequences.
I will present about performance management process. Performance management process is an ongoing process which is take sometimes or perhaps an entire year for a process to produce result. If it simply takes 1 or 2 days, it is not a process. We proceed to the first element, which is a prerequisite. Prerequisite is a knowledge of the organizations and strategic goals and knowledge of the job. When combined with knowledge of the team's units of objective, this component enables employee to contribute in a way that benefits both the team and organization as a whole. Petronas always has a meeting with their staff to convey the company's vision for future operation development. It is emphasized the importance of effective communication among Petronas employees to achieve the goals. Other than that, an HPO company like Petronas establish clear, strong, and meaningful core values and make sure they are shared within the company. For knowledge of the job description will be provided by Petronas to ensure all the employee knows about the knowledge, skills, and abilities that are required. Next, the second element for the performance management process is a performance planning. Performance planning for Petronas is Petronas establish performance standards and targets for staff to strive for. This is done by conducting meetings with each employee for a true discussion as what result and behavior manager expect them to show. For example, one of the expectations is teamwork. This, they always have a discussion with their employee about fostering teamwork by stressing the importance of things for the performance of the organizations and developing a team feeling by creating team commitment, getting everyone on the same team, and establishing shared responsibilities. The third element is performance education. Employees at Petronas are accountable for fulfilling the company objective. Furthermore, Petronas consistently encourage their staff to have positive interaction with their supervisor. Following that, managers' job in performance education is to constantly monitor performance and offer continually feedback to people and work group. Petronas also encourage a meaningful two-way commitment to boost the employee's job satisfaction and allow for better management of an individual career path. For example, team building workshop to nourish and provide a platform for open communication between employees and higher management. Other than that, The fourth element is performance assessment, where the level of desire, behavior, and outcome had been demonstrated. Additionally, the employee received comment on previous performance, development progress, and future plans. Peers and supervisor evaluation were used by Petronas to appraise its employees. For peer evaluation, the employee peer give feedback regarding their satisfaction when working with that employee. For supervisors, they evaluate on employees' strengths and weaknesses, and they will identify and give feedback or suggestion for any recommendation or solution for development. As a result, a desired outcome also can be identified through element needs to be assessed, which is effective and efficiency in increasing company productivity. Next, the fifth element is a performance review. In this process, supervisor had one-to-one meeting with the employees. Employees will be contacted one by one and given constructive feedback on how their individual behavior contribute to team performance. The last element is a performance renewal and recontracting. This process employing insight and knowledge. Petronas use prior performance evaluation data to better their future performance management cycle.
Now, let's move on to HR procedure in ensuring an effective performance management system. Petronas has implemented HR procedures including planning, monitoring, developing, rating, and rewarding. Without wasting any time, let's go through it one by one. The first one is planning. Planning involves setting up a process to achieve company goals involving employees and helping them understand their roles. In Petronas, top management communicate company goals and performance expectations to their staff using key metrics to assess performance targets and aspirational goals. This step is crucial for establishing a successful performance management system. The next one is monitoring. Monitoring involves keeping an eye on an ongoing project, how it develops, and how an employee is carrying out a particular task. In Petronas, it is easy to identify the helpful contents and then can provide the proper guidance to the employees by observing any unacceptable process to be eliminated. As a result, this will help in raising the KPI and target of each employee. In addition, this HR procedure also includes developing. Employee development is crucial for organizations aiming to improve performance through training, clear instructions, encouragement, and assistance. Petronas foster employee skills through training and job enhancement program, offering dual career options for managerial and professional paths. Aside from that, Petronas utilizes coaching, mentoring, and workshops for continuous training, focusing on developing skills and sharing knowledge between employees. In mentoring, senior staff mentors younger colleagues, while workshops provide opportunities for employees to speak with peers and colleagues. The next following HR procedure in ensuring Petronas' effective performance management system is rating. For every single period of time, Petronas uses a 360-degree feedback system to evaluate employee performance and actions. Additionally, this method also applies to the performance evaluation of the board, committees, and directors involving senior management feedback. Last but not least is rewarding. Petronas offers an employee performance management system, EPM, a performance-based compensation program that remunerates employees according to industry standards. In Petronas, the bonus is based on annual performance, typically once a year, and it's subject to fluctuations or price changes. This efficient reward helps the company to achieve its goals and motivates employees to work effectively.
In conclusion, Petronas has been expanding both nationally and globally in recent years. Petronas now has a very balanced and successful human resource management as the business continues to expand and develop alongside its partners. Aside from that, Petronas operates worldwide and it must focus on international strategic planning and human resource management.